Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy doing a bit more of the baby blanket with a pom-pom. It knits up quite quick. It's really very easy to knit with. Very quick, unless you have a little problem like I had the other day. I picked it up. I had it in the bag, and I had forgot to have the ends on there to stop the when I'm knitting with it, to stop the wool going right to the end and any chance of coming off the end of the needle, with these being two circular cable needles I'm using to knit with. And I forgot to put to take the cable needle off the one I wasn't using and put on, so I had one on both ends when I put it away. And I forgot to do that, and I picked it up and I pulled it and I pulled. Must have been about that much off the needle. It took me ages to get those stitches picked up because they're not like normal knitting. The stitches are in between there. You can see it in between the pom-poms, and when one comes off it goes down very quick. So it took me a little while to pick those stitches up. That was earlier on today. But I've managed to get them all back in the right place again. You have to make sure when you're picking the stitches up, that because all the pom-poms come loose, you have to make sure you're picking the right pom-pom up in the right place. And it's quite a dark, miserable day today. I am using my older laptop, which I prefer actually to do the things. I don't have the problem with going light and dark like I do on my newer computer, my newer laptop. But this one, if there's no like bright light coming in the window and that in the room and that, it goes dark but stays dark. It doesn't keep going light and dark, it just stays dark. So I've had to put the light on, otherwise I would have to put my tablet up. But it's okay with the light on. I think you get a little bit flickering now and again on it, but I do prefer using it. It's I would say it's a better camera than my other one. It doesn't have that autofocus thing on it. So anyway, as you can see, I'm wearing another one of those hats. This one I made. My other one, this one, the circumference of it, I just measured halfway across. It's 20 inches. And this one is the same, but this one doesn't look as big as this one because this one is super chunky wool and this is only Aran. But I am doing some of these. I'm going to do them to sell. This was the first one I tried in the Aran, but I didn't quite get the right number of stitches. This one only measures, I'm not sure actually, the circumference all the way around. It's not quite 9 inches, so it's not quite 18. It's probably about 17.5 inches, the circumference. So it would be for a child, this one. So I had to work it out from this one. So I've done the next one for myself. But I might offer this one to my granddaughter because she did mention them a little while ago about these sort of headband things. But I'm going to do a few of them for sale. These ones are, like you can see, they're crocheted. I've crocheted these ones. But I'm probably going to try knitting some as well. Because these ones, I do a long chain. And that's how how I didn't get this one right. You measure the long chain, but it tends to, when you're crocheting, doesn't matter what size you do the chain, it tends to come in tighter as you go further up. So when I do the knitting, I'll knit them that way. I'll so many stitches and knit that way, a long way, and then you can keep measuring what way you want them, what length you want them that way. But at least I know how many stitches I need for this one. I think this one I started off with on a 6mm hook. I think I haven't got the hook out here. I think it was a 6mm. Yes, it's near the top of my, no, that's a 4.5. There's another one that colour. Oh, it was a 6mm hook anyway, that I used for it. And I think I made a chain of about 77 stitches. So I actually worked on 76 because the one is for turning, one chain's for turning. This one, I can't remember how many. I think I had about 160, something like that on that one. So I'm going to take that one down my granddaughter's, and I'm going to try it on Sunday. I'm going to try it on all the kids' heads to see what age it fits. Because she has a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and an almost 12-year-old. So I'll try it on all their heads, and that'll tell me what age that size fits. Because I'm not sure. I have sizes written down, what it says what sizes I got from the internet for the different head sizes for different ages. But you know, it's even better if you can try them on the different ages yourself. So that's what I'm going to do with that one, and I'm going to carry on doing a little bit knitting with this to get this blanket. I'm halfway through, well, not quite halfway through. This is the second ball, and I'm about, well, I can't see where I cast on from the other ball, because when I start on another ball, I just have 2 pieces of pom-pom like that. I could say if this was the start of another one, that's the end of another one, that's the start of another one. I would cut that pom-pom off there and just put those 2 bits of the yarn part together and stitch those together with thread. That's how I join on a new ball. So I think I'm probably just about a fifth of the way through that ball, I think. So it's going to be quite a good size when it's finished. There's plenty in 3 balls for a baby blanket. And then I'll be able to start on the other one. These are for Dagry, the lady in the United States. Now I have another one, this one with the furry. I'm going to do another one with this furry wool. I'll have to work out, I'll have to do a little tension swatch with this one to find out, because I'm not sure what size needles. The needles it says on here are 5.5, or it says 625. It has 5 to 5.5 millimetre or 6 to 5 UK. They must be the millimetre, and they must be selling you the UK sizes. I'm going to do a swatch on probably a 7mm anyway, and see what the measurements would be for this one when I start it. And that one in there. And I have been doing a little, I finished the sleeve on this little one that I did. This was a little one I was doing for a test. I finished the sleeve on it, and I have just started the back. All my needles are coming off there. I've just started the back to doing the tutorial for this one. The tutorial I said I was going to do for another 18-inch for how I altered the pattern for it. So that's how far I've got with that. I've done the little bit to show them what I've done for the ribbon, how to do the pattern and how to cross the cables. I've just crossed the cables the once at the start there. I'm on the next row is due to cross the cables again. But that's all I've done with that one. But while I was knitting this pattern, I did find a little mistake. So anyone that has this pattern, it's just a little thing. Most people, I think, have probably realised what it is. But if you're reading the back, I have there's 4 rows to the pattern. 1 row, the first row is knit all stitches. the second row I have for this size, I'm doing knit 3, and then in brackets it's purl 4, knit 4, and repeat that across the row to the last 3 stitches, and then you knit those 3 stitches. And the third row is knit 3, cable 4 front in brackets, and knit 4. They're all knit stitches, the cable are knit stitches, so they're all knit stitches across that row, just your cabling. And then I have on the row 4, I said to knit the same as row 2. Well, it's not the row 2, it's knit the same as row 1, because row 4 is just a knit all the way across. And every fourth row, unless you're crossing cables, is just knitting all the way across. And I had put to same as row 2. And that's what I noticed when I was doing this pattern. So it's a good thing for me to actually knit from my own patterns, because I do find any mistakes. There's been 1 or 2 with this one, but so if anyone has this pattern, show you the picture, you'll know the pattern, this one here. Just check that. That's what I said on row 4, the same as row 2. It's the same as row 1. And you'd have to alter that on your back, on the left front, the right front, on the sleeves, and on the beanie hat, the little beanie hat, because I've wrote that on all of those parts. It's just that one. I think most people, because I have sold quite a lot of these, so I think most people have probably realised and knitted it, you know, that row 1 instead of the row 2, what I said, because if you had actually knitted the row 2, what I have written in this pattern, it would have knocked your pattern out. So I think most people have realised what it is. But I've altered the pattern, the PDF that I have on my computer. I've put it through the process again and altered that. So any more patterns that I send out will have that little bit altered to what it should be. Like I'm saying, I think I'm going to have to knit some from my own patterns. I usually, when I'm knitting, I don't bother looking at the pattern, because I know the pattern off by heart on all. That is actually my 13th pattern. And I know most of them off by heart. I very rarely look at the pattern when I'm knitting, but I think I'm going to have to start, if I start knitting any of my own patterns, I'm going to have to start looking at the patterns and that. And if there is any little faults, I can probably find them myself. That's how it works. But that one, I'm just putting it down for the tutorial for it, which won't take me too long. It's a quick one to knit. Actually, the pattern looks like it might be complicated, but it's not. It's very easy. And I got a bit more of mine. Take it out. I didn't have a video up yesterday, but that's how much I did last night. But that, where you see where the little stitch marker, that little stitch marker was down there somewhere. And then that night before I knitted up to there, and then last night I knitted that much. Not much more to do, and I'll be up to the armholes, and then I'll have this cardigan. Sleeve finished. For a lot of you have been waiting to see this cardigan. I've been knitting this, it'll be 3 years in May when I first started this cardigan. I think I got sick of it after a while. I'm sick of it now, actually. I'm sick of the pattern, because this is a pattern where I have to look at every row to see which one. I usually go by the back. I can tell where I have 2 like garter rows together there. I know the next row is not a knit. I have to do a purl row so that you don't have another garter stitch on there. The garter part will be on the front where there's 2 rows. The garter part is a bit further down on the other side. So I know I have to do a purl row when I start on those stitches there. And I think I just got sick of this pattern. I think that's what it is. It's okay once I start knitting it and I realise, but I have to do a lot of thinking before I start to make sure I start on the right row. I very much doubt I will ever do this pattern again. It's the one where I can't just sit and watch the television. I have to be checking what I'm doing. The likes of this, I don't really even need to look at what I'm doing. I know that I just have to knit the little bit, keep the pom-pom back. And I don't really need to look at what I'm doing. I just need to feel it, to feel the pom-pom. I can feel the pom-pom and just knit without feeling. I just hold the pom-pom, pull the pom-pom back, and then I'm knitting. So this one's a very easy one to knit. And as you only have 2 stitches between each pom-pom, because you can see there's a lot of space between. They would be all stitches on anything else, but with this you have 2 stitches between the pom-poms. So it's a lot less stitches actually across the row. It's very quick to knit, this. But this is what I'll be doing. I'll be doing this probably until I get my tea, and then it's my bingo night tonight, and I hope I'm lucky like me and my friend were last week. And I'll be putting my hair up. My hair's hanging down because if I just washed it this morning, it's a little bit wet, so it's hanging down. It's not wet now, it's dry now, but I don't put it up when I've just washed it until I'm going out, because it ends up all like curly and frizzy, put it that way. It ends up all like frizz if I put it up, because you twist it round and round, and I don't like it like that. So anyway, that's my little bit for today. So wish me luck for the bingo tonight, and thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.